Good afternoon, everybody. It's so lovely to see you here with Hot Jobs at Higher Military this Tuesday afternoon. How are you all? Dependent on where you are in the country or even in the world, I feel like you will be experiencing various different seasons right now. Matt, who is with us here today, Matt Collins, and I were talking about how we had great weather last week and the snow has decided to return to us. Kate is in Panama. She's enjoying that balmy, breezy Caribbean-like weather, or Central American-like weather, I probably should say, Kate. And I guess a lot of you are too, but it's definitely still winter, not even spring here in Alaska right now. I hope you're all well. If this is your first time with us, it's really lovely to see you. Good afternoon, Justin. Great to see you here today. We are so thrilled that you have chosen to spend 30 minutes with us. And I would like to share a little bit about what we do within these lives. So we follow the same formula, more or less every single week. We have a bit of a chat at the beginning. We take the opportunity to introduce ourselves, to find out a little bit more about you. Hey, everyone. Hi, Roosevelt, Thomas, Felicia. Great to see you. We ask you a couple of questions so that we can gain some insight and some intel into your motivation behind being here. And then we roll into our newest SkillBridge opportunities and direct hire positions that we have to share this week. So lovely to see you. Hey, Jake from Masonite. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Travis. So if you are here and you are a job seeker or you are transitioning in the next couple of years and you're looking for advice, encouragement, support, any information that you can possibly glean from 30 minutes with us here today, definitely throw up into the comment if you're looking for SkillBridge or a permanent position, your location, and what kind of industry or job title that you are looking for. And the reason we ask that of you is because we do share a few opportunities today, but we are not exhaustive in the ones that we share. If you take a look at our careers page on highermilitary.us, you can see our full listings of every opportunity that we have right now. And those are exhaustive for the moment, but what you see today probably will be very different to what we will post in a couple of days' time. So definitely bookmark that page and revisit. If you would like us to get in touch with you when we have an opportunity that we think may be of interest, on our careers page as well, on highermilitary.us, you will see two buttons. One that says join the talent pool for SkillBridge, one that says join the talent pool even for direct hire. If you register your details, we can keep you connected and we can stay in touch, share information, and also our newest opportunities. Hey, Kasani, great to see you. Thomas, Catherine, so lovely to see everybody from all over the US. This really is our favorite 30 minutes of the week, so thank you. And if you've been with us before, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back again. So a couple of pieces of housekeeping. For your situational awareness, on our website, we have a great resource called The Beginner's Guide to an Effective LinkedIn Profile. It's under the resource button at the top, so do take a look. Also, when we talk through the roles that we are advertising, we often mention targeting, tailoring, making your resume bespoke to the role that you're applying to. This is incredibly important. And I know that you would have heard this language before, but often people are like, yeah, I've heard that, but I don't actually know how to do it. So we have written, in line with our marketing division, a great article that you can go and take a look. And it really does show you the formula for taking a job description, getting your master resume, combining the two, and creating a wholly competitive document to submit an application. So I really encourage you to take a look at that as well. Some dates for your calendars. You missed it today because it was today. Mike Quinn, if you're familiar or not familiar with him, Mike Quinn is our CEO and he does the Mastering LinkedIn webinar through the USA Transitions team. It was this morning, but he is doing another one on May the 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you've never been before, or if you are fairly new to LinkedIn and you really want to learn how to manipulate, navigate, use it for your best interest, especially in terms of the job search, please do register for that. I promise you it is great information that he shares at those. Also, Mike and I will be back live on LinkedIn, but on audio, so on the audio function feature rather than the live face-to-face video one, on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And that is when we open up our office hours. Both of us have inboxes full of questions and we just don't get the chance to respond to them all. So in order to be able to help as many people as we possibly can, in the shortest amount of time. We open up that hour and we hugely invite you and encourage you to come, because it's really great, even if you don't have a question right now, to hear other people's challenges, concerns, obstacles, so you can learn from them. And that is what we are intending to do. We fit people up with mentors, we connect people, and it's a real learning and information sharing gathering session. So definitely take a look at that event on the Higher Military webpage. Gosh, I've gone on for exactly 5 minutes, so I think it's definitely time for me to hand over in a second. But before I do, if we haven't met before, I am Lucy. I am the Senior Director here at Higher Military. I am a military spouse and have been for a really long time now. As I mentioned before, I am in Alaska, and that is because my husband is active duty Air Force. He is coming to the end of his military career, and we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base, where we get 3 months of summer, and that starts in June, and I say 3 months, normally ends in July, beginning of August, so maybe 2. It's really lovely to see you here today. Kate, I'm going to hand over to you.
Hey, Lucy. Thanks so much, everyone. Good to see some familiar faces on here. Dion, hi. Good to see you. Jacob, Zolanda, so great. I'm Kate Wood, one of the recruiters here at Higher Military. I'm an Army vet and current active duty Army spouse. Like Lucy mentioned before, we are on a special duty assignment here in Panama. My husband is stationed or assigned to the U.S. Embassy here. So still really excited to continue working for Higher Military and excited to meet a lot of you here today. I'll share some more direct hire roles later on that we're currently recruiting for, but I'd love to keep introducing our team, so I'll pass it over to Brandy Walker.
Thanks, Kate. Nice to see everybody here again. Amber Flores and Amber Pitkin are in the comments, so if you have questions, they can help you out. Just want to put that out there. I am up here in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm kind of between Lucy and Matt Collins, and my weather is rainy, and then brights of sun, and then rainy again. It's very disconcerting. We don't know what we're doing at this point. So I'll be talking about some direct hire roles later, and we're going to pass it to Matt Collins.
Hey, thank you guys. Great to be here. And yes, I'm in Missoula, Montana, where the weather's been drinking here. I'm not really sure what's going on in Montana. So that's my weather expertise for you. So I am a 28-year Army veteran. Very excited to be here today to talk about SkillBridge, as I was a product of the SkillBridge program. We have so many opportunities within SkillBridge, not just the ones we're talking about today. And for those out there in the AGR world, I always bring it up. It's near and dear to my heart. I left the state of Florida, AGR program, active duty Army Guard, ended up in Montana. So again, the weather was a slight change, but now here in the beautiful Northwest. And so SkillBridge exists for anybody out there. And we're going to talk about some of those opportunities today. So very excited to be here, and I will pass it back to you, Lucy.
Thank you very much. So let's get going, shall we? As we share our roles today, if you are interested in anything that we are talking about, I hugely implore you to tell us the job title that you're interested in, rather than just putting an interested comment. Many people have heard this time and time again, but I'll say it for the new people in the room, because there's always so many new people in the room. We can't type in real time. If we send you URLs in real time whilst we're actually on the live today, LinkedIn doesn't like it, the algorithm doesn't like it, and they delete it as we type it, and then you see a blank comment. So we come back after the event to respond to you and give you the detail. So we definitely need to know which role that you are interested in. Like I said, our roles change on a daily and a weekly basis. So if you don't hear of anything that is of interest to you today, or really works to your skill set or your experience, first go to our website, and then second, do sign up, because if we don't have something today, we may have something next week that may be absolutely perfect and ideal for you. But as we are talking today, if you have questions for us, if you have obstacles or challenges or anything you would like us to address, we have the opportunity to do so at the end of this live. We take those questions whilst we are going through, and then we park them and we try and answer all of them at the very end. There've been a couple already, so I will, I've made a note of those, but really do share as much as you possibly can with us, because we want to be able to help you. And I've just seen in the comments, one of our co-workers saying she likes my purple shirt. She's saying that because I was making fun of her when she first had hers, because it wasn't my favorite. But after she wore it, I decided that it was a good look. And also, as you are all aware, it is the month of the military child this month, and I'm representing. Most of us have got kids. So without further ado, Matt, I'm going to hand over to you. Why don't you tell us, first of all, a little bit about the SkillBridge program and who is eligible, because we always get questions about that.
Sure, Lucy, thanks. And my daughter, favorite color is purple, so it's appropriate for this month. She actually wanted to paint our house purple, so that negotiation is still going on. So SkillBridge exists for anyone out there that is 6 months out from your ETS. If you are 6 months out from your end of service ETS date, SkillBridge is there for you. It's an incredible program. And, we have so many opportunities across so many different industries. So really about 7, 8, 9 months out from your ETS date is when you should be sitting down with your family, where you want to be post-military to align that with a SkillBridge opportunity, and then talking to your command team about it. There are different parameters across each DoD branch. So you want to talk about how far out your approval time is going to work. And then, as Lucy has said, look into each industry. Remote's not an industry, right? Saying I want to have a SkillBridge opportunity in Tampa is not really an ideal way to connect with us. Saying I have an IT background, I'm looking to leverage that in the world of IT. We're going to be in this part of the country. We're open and remote. That is how you begin the conversation and how you start that search. So we're going to talk about just a fraction of those SkillBridge opportunities we have today. We have so many of them. And as Lucy said, we are updating our opportunities every day. But that's really just kind of a backdrop of what SkillBridge is. Again, if you're 6 months out, it's time to start looking at opportunities and really do some research about what you want to do post-military, your passions, and where you want to be location-wise. So with that, I'm going to talk about, again, just a few of our SkillBridge opportunities we have today. The first one is a facilities technician with Texas Instruments, who's a chip industry semiconductor giant in the industry. This job, this SkillBridge internship is in Dallas, Texas. Really exciting because this SkillBridge opportunity also comes with a $6,000 relocation fee. So that's really unique to that, and obviously that's going to be a huge help if you're open to North Dallas, Texas. So facilities technician with Texas Instruments, they're looking for. This role you'd be performing technical tasks, engineering, maintenance activities, working in that facility's electrical systems, their semiconductor tools. So if you're available 90 to 120 days out prior to your last day of service, you're going to need about 3 to 4 months of SkillBridge availability. That's going to be the baseline that you'll need to have to look at this. They're going to be looking to begin these internships in June, 29 June and 29 September. So if your timeline's aligned with that and you have that much availability, that's the first thing to look at. Then if you've got a baseline mechanical, electrical experience, someone that's got HVAC, water treatment, IT cable networking, think big power equipment generators, then this would be a really cool role to check out and connect with us to find out more. Again, that's a facilities technician, Texas Instruments in Dallas, Texas. The next role I'm going to talk about, he's on the call today. We know he is. He's our star, one of our best partners, Jake, the entire team over at Masonite. Masonite is a company that does custom doors, both commercial, residential, really, really veteran friendly. And I don't say that lightly. They are an incredible company that really is so proactive with all of our SkillBridge candidates and our interns. So they have a couple new roles that are really exciting. Volunteer State, Tennessee. The first one is a production supervisor in Jefferson, Tennessee with Masonite. This would be someone focused on enforcing safety standards, the productivity of the plant, improving the employer and plant, equipment efficiency. So think driving production while enforcing and improving safety standards. Looking for someone with at least 3 years of leadership experience in a team environment, proficient in Microsoft Office, Excel, Outlook. Really a big plus would be if you have that lean manufacturing, lean agile, lean Six Sigma, those type of skill sets, because you're going to be driving efficiency and figuring out the processes that can make the plant more efficient. So again, that's a production supervisor with Masonite in Jefferson, Tennessee. Another really cool role with them in Tennessee right now is a human resources manager. This is in Dixon, Tennessee, again with Masonite. Kind of what the title says, right? So you're going to be someone serving as a key consultant, an advisor to the management teams on all things human resources, identifying problems, proposing solutions, driving HR management and training initiatives. So this is kind of a senior HR role. So the ideal candidate here would possess a degree in HR, postgraduate degree would be really good, and 5+ years of senior HR experience and background. And again, that's a human resources manager. with Masonite in Dixon, Tennessee. So if any of those roles are of interest to you, please reach out. Team Amber, they're answering questions today. They can answer that in the chat live, where you can connect with myself, Buff Agby, Amber Pick, and our entire SkillBridge team to learn more. And again, go to our website, filter SkillBridge opportunities by state, by industry, and you can learn more about all the different opportunities we have through SkillBridge, through Hire Military. So without further ado, I will hand it over to the always smiling and bubbly Kate Wood with some direct hire opportunities.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that so much. Some really great SkillBridge opportunities for our transitioning service members. Brandy and I are both going to be sharing our direct hire opportunities next. These are available to transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses who are actively job seeking and open to work and start within the next 1 to 2 months, ideally. So the first role that I will share today is a production supervisor. This is also in the great state of Tennessee. We know Tennessee is a very military-friendly state. We have a lot of transitioning service members and veterans that live there. And this role is in Nashville, Tennessee. The production supervisor will oversee the assembly operations of a vinyl record pressing company, so Music City, a role in the music industry. The production supervisor will monitor employees and organize workflows to guarantee and the assembly remains smooth and has efficient processes. So this person, they are ideally looking for someone with 3 years of relevant work experience in a manufacturing environment or similar, as well as 3 years of supervisory experience. They would love a candidate that has the ability to lead roughly 40 employees. And they'd also prefer someone that has OSHA safety certification or a CPIM certification as well. So if this sounds like something that is interesting to you, you can type production supervisor into the chat. As well as connect with another recruiter on our team, Matt Hart, who is the lead recruiter for that production supervisor role. The next direct hire opportunity that I want to share, we actually do not have it posted yet on our website, as we just took this vacancy this week, but we are looking for a manager of product development. This is going to be in Austin, Texas. I saw a couple people tuning in from Texas, so if you're transitioning to the Austin area or currently located in Austin, this might be a role for you. This is a really exciting opportunity because it's with a high-profile company within the military and law enforcement community, with an organization that is under the umbrella of Tim Kennedy's companies. So this organization, they provide dynamic self-defense and response training, and they're looking for someone that can be a mix of a warehouse supervisor and a project manager, and kind of to take care of the inventories there within their location, as well as work alongside the product development team and producing new products that they will market and sell as well. So they're looking for someone that has some S4 experience, M4, G4 experience, understands inventory and stocking. They would also ideally prefer someone that is used to working in kind of an agile environment. So if you're coming straight from the military, transitioning straight from the military, that would be any of you operators out there, SF, SEAL, Pararescue, TACP, someone that can work agile environments and work independently as well would be perfect for this position. So if you have interest in that role, you can just type in manager of product development, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we post that role and it goes live on our website as well. So just those two opportunities to share from my desk this morning. Again, like Lucy and Matt mentioned, we have 80 plus direct hire opportunities on our website. I know Brandy's going to mention a couple more, but if you didn't hear of something right now that's of interest, please go over to hiremilitary.us. You can scan our careers page and filter by location as well. So I'll kick it over to you, Brandy, for some more direct hire roles.
Thanks, Kate. I'm going to keep us here in Texas with a role as a help desk support technician in Missouri City. So I did see, Marissa, you're looking for something, so maybe check this one out. In this role, you're going to support computer systems and users, including satellite offices, field communications locations, and field operations. You'll respond to issues with problem recognition, research, and resolution steps, and also act as first line of computer support while working with other IT staff on more complex problems. Requirements include vocational training or 2 years of end user support. That's kind of all we're going to give you on that one. Go check it out. And if it is of interest, make sure you put help desk in the comments. Amber Flores can hit you up with that because she is the primary on that one as the lead. So that is my Texas role, help desk support technician in Missouri City, Texas. And then I'm going to go away from Texas and Tennessee and take you to California. I did see some people earlier today that were in that San Diego area, which is what I have. This is more of a kind of like a greater San Diego. You can be in El Cajon, Chula Vista, or San Diego for this role. It is an employment training advisor. This is a fixed term 6-month contract in office. So you're going to be providing case management services to participants to ensure they move from government assistance to self-sufficiency. Like I said, this is an in-office role, and it's at one of 3 locations, either in El Cajon, Chula Vista, or San Diego. What are you going to need for this? Bachelor's degree is preferred, but they will also take a 2-year degree combined with 2 years of sales client account experience, in lieu of that 4-year degree. They're looking for 2 to 4 years of customer relationship management or case management experience. You need to be computer literate and have Microsoft Word, Excel, and good internet skills. You will also need the ability to learn specialized databases and software systems. They're not going to expect you to know right out the gate because everybody has their own software they're using. So that is employment training advisor in that greater San Diego area. And that is all I have for you today. So back to Lucy.
Well, thank you. There has been an awful lot of conversation in the comments there, which is amazing. Kate, Matt, Brandy, I really appreciate you sharing those vacancies and those opportunities with us. If you wish to, and you are here for the networking piece, please do join us on LinkedIn in terms of connecting with us, sending us connection requests. We would love to have you as part of our networks. Individually, we also share opportunities, advice, best practice, and things that we're up to as well. So we would love you to be part of our worlds and our realms. There have been a couple of questions today, or I think possibly rather than questions, longer conversations. And I'm going to acknowledge a couple of them, but I'm equally going to invite both Jason, who has dropped a couple of comments in terms of his search right now. So Jason Brandt and Ian Schwartz, you seem to have a slightly, it's not unique, I was going to say unique, but a trickier situation that we have seen time and time again. But it sounds like the questions that you have are more in line with a conversation. So if you are around and you are available 1 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, I would love you. I'm going to remember your names. I would love you to join me and Mike in our open hours. It's the LinkedIn audio. And what we do is we bring you up on stage and we actually have a conversation with you. It's not recorded. It's just live. And we talk. You tell us your issues, your problems, and we help you. We take a look at your LinkedIn profile. We ask you questions. We really get down to the bare bones of what we think or what you think the obstacles, the challenges, the problems are. And we try to blow those apart so that we can put those back together with you, or at least share information from our experience and best practice from our recruiting realm. If you're not familiar, Mike is a prior Command Sergeant Major in the Army, and I have been in talent acquisition for over 2 decades in various different countries and in various different spheres, most recently here within the military. So we have some experience and time to share with you. But Jason, you said that you were finding it really tricky at the moment to identify a role, to get an interview. You said you're not having a lot of success and you sent out dozens of applications and you've only had 2 interviews. So I guess my questions to you would be, what do you think the problem is? What do you think the challenge is? Is it your resume? Because that's what I would be looking at first of all, your resume and the resume that you are submitting to each application. And I know it sounds overwhelming and I get lots of pushback on this a lot of the time, but you really ought to be taking your resume and making sure it's refined and targeted to that specific role so that you are maximizing the success on each application that you're making. And that's not easy to do. And it's a real skill set. There's a real formula. But I do encourage you to go back to our resource section and take a look at the document that we have written, because it will show it to you in kind of like and step one, this is what you do here. And it very much does take everything apart like a Cliff's Notes essentially and show you how to do it. Ian, you've got a different situation. You may be, I'm assuming there's something medical or something going on in there. You may be leaving the Marine Corps sooner rather than later, and you need a job. We definitely can help set you up in terms of who you need to talk to, connections, networking, other nonprofits out there that would be amazing for you to work with. So I'd love to share that with you. And then finally, I have here Justin Powers. You said you were looking to get out in October 2024. And I just think this is a really great point to share with everybody. You've actually put maybe a little bit ahead of the game. No, you're not. We highly recommend, if you are in transition, to really start working on your transition 18 to 24 months out. So you are exactly where you need to be. There's a lot of work to be done in building a really strong, solid network to be able to get those referrals, to find out exactly what you want to do in the civilian world and really what that means. We get lots of people coming to us, don't we, guys, that have been in HR their whole time. Or, Matt, you're a really good example, talent acquisition and recruiting in AGR. And then you come over to this side of the fence and the job title might be the same, but the role is completely different. So now is the time, the 12 to 18 to 24 months out, start having those conversations with people who are in the jobs that you think you are interested in, to find out if you really want to do that. And if you do, have you got the experience and do you have the certifications? Because a lot of the roles in industry, in corporate America, require or heavily prioritize certifications as well as experience. And if you start now, you've got the time to get those under your belt. With 4 minutes left, I'm going to open the floor to you, Kate, to you, Matt, to you, Brandy. Is there anything that you wanted to add at all today?
I will say one thing very quickly, since I was remiss with Masonite. For those looking at SkillBridge opportunities, and Jake's on our call today, and again, I'm just a big Jake and Masonite fan, so I may fanboy them a little bit too much here on this call. But a lot of our screenings, veterans are worried about an opportunity after SkillBridge. I can tell you with almost all of our companies, pretty much all of them, and especially with companies like Masonite, their intent when you go into a SkillBridge internship is to offer you full-time employment after. So just know that when you go into a SkillBridge interview with us or a SkillBridge opportunity, it's highly likely that we're going to be able to land you an opportunity post SkillBridge with that company. So you're not just going somewhere for 4 months. Of course, you have to show up to work every day and perform. It's not a guarantee like anything in life, but just to think about that when you're looking at the SkillBridge opportunities that we have out there right now.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point to add, Matt, because just before we came onto this live today, we were talking about how we're seeing lots of candidates who haven't come through higher military. And there's never ever any guarantees or promises, but we're seeing lots of candidates go through SkillBridge internships. And because of the economy, because of workforce reduction, not having roles offered to them at the end of them. So that's something to also share with you. If you are fortunate to identify and to get a SkillBridge internship and to start that, don't stop looking, don't stop applying. It's much better to have 3 or 4 eggs in your basket than none whatsoever. So that's just a word from the wise and a tip from those who are experienced right now. Anyway, thank you so much for all of your time. It has been an absolute pleasure being with you here today. I implore you to join me again on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern time here on the Higher Military account. LinkedIn audio, not recorded. It doesn't matter what you say. Nobody will hear it again in the future, unlike these videos. And have a lovely rest of your week. Take care. Thank you, Matt, Kate, and Brandy. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care, guys.